It's all the same. Booking a holiday, talking to friends, taking a photo. On this thing, it's all the same experience.
I grew up in the 90s, a time before social media, before everyone had mobile phones, and when you just had to be home by dark. I can remember getting the internet at home. It was slow, and if my parents needed to use the phone, well, then it was off. This video isn't about nostalgia though. I'm glad I got to experience the world like that for a bit, but I don't think I'd trade what it's like today to go back. But something is missing. Experiences.
Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want to rewind time or go back to a golden age. I think this is probably it. But a device with everything on it that's permanently in my pocket might be starving me of some experiences, I think. So, for the next 14 days, I'll be swapping out my iPhone 16 for this, the Nokia 105. Now, the rules are really simple. The iPhone's got to stay here in the office, which means the Nokia becomes my daily carry. That's it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I'm not entirely sure where I am. In the first few days, it became obvious to me just how much I used my phone in the dead space. I mean, when you're waiting for the kettle to boil, or you're hanging on for a family member to tie their shoelaces before you go on a walk. That dead space was just an instant grab for my phone to flick through Instagram or worse, TikTok.
It turns out, looking for that dopamine hit isn't uncommon. A US survey in 2024 found that the people they studied reached for their phone 205 times per day on average. Like an addict looking for the next hit, having an entertainment device in my pocket at every moment had left me with an unwanted habit.
So having the Dumphone meant that when I grabbed for it and there was nothing there, that dead space stopped being such a waste of time and started becoming something that could be quite useful. In that same amount of time that people spend on their phones, I actually rearranged this room, worked on some projects that I've been putting off for a while, and filmed this entire video.
With all this extra free time, it made sense to try and get back outside, so between the rain showers and cold January evenings, we managed to get to the beach for a beautiful sunset.
It's a random Tuesday in January, it's freezing. We have a sunset just as we're heading back. Look at that. Gorgeous. This will be dark in a minute though.
Some of the best changes weren't to do with having more time. They were just simply because I decentralised my life from my phone.
When was the last time you listened to a CD? I've really enjoyed putting these in the car actually, and I almost forgot that I had a whole wallet of them from my old car, CDs that I burnt myself while I was at university. And it's been really nice actually just to go through these. Some of them skip and it's awful, but to just go through these and sort of live the memory lane a little bit, and probably more importantly actually to pick the music that I want to listen to, pick a kind of flavour of the drive if you like, and choose what I want to actually play through the speakers rather than just letting Spotify pick a playlist for me or listening to the same thing on repeat, which is something that I'm guilty of. I find that I listen to the same artist again and again and again on Spotify and kind of get sucked into maybe the 3 playlists that I've got that I listen to all the time. So actually having CDs and mixing it up a little bit, because there's only 12 songs on here. By the time I've listened to those 12 a couple of times, I'm fed up of them. So it's quite nice to just switch it up. How many times have you been on Spotify and let the AI DJ pick the songs for you? Or listen to one of Spotify's pre-curated playlists? And actually there's a whole experience in choosing which artist you want to listen to, or which album, and taking a CD out and plugging a CD in, or putting a record on, or even still with digital music being able to choose what it is that you want to listen to. And it's those little experiences that I felt I'd been robbed of by my smartphone.
Even though streaming is on the rise, I was amazed to see vinyl and CD on the up too. According to data from the RIAA, cassette is the only real medium to have suffered a flat-out death since the turn of the millennium, and ringtones shortly after. Remember those? I guess people love physical media still, and maybe that's to do with the experience it gives.
I'm not entirely sure where I am. I actually only came out to film that CD bit that you might have just seen, which I have been listening to CDs in the car. I just haven't had a chance to actually say that yet with a camera, so I'm breaking the rules here and telling you how it's actually filmed. But I've come out to film that part. I'm only on the roads near where I live, but I don't know all of these. I've cycled some, and I can remember how some link up. I'm not actually sure where I am, if I'm heading in the right direction back towards home, or if I'm going somewhere else. That's what we needed. Been looking for one of those for the last 5 minutes, and that's a definite flaw in not having a smartphone. Thankfully, now I've seen that, I know exactly where I am.
My over-reliance on navigation apps is mirrored in the 2025 Apple app downloads, where Google Maps ranks 8th most downloaded and boasts an estimated 1.1 billion users according to Electro IQ. But when I wasn't getting lost, meeting up with friends was essentially the same. At least for me, I try not to sit on my phone in company anyway, and not having a choice meant I was truly immersed in where I was.
Got no idea where we're going today. Just gonna go and meet Ash, and I'm not really even sure if this should be a video, but got my coffee and we'll get on the way. There was no plan for any kind of video today at all, really. Wasn't even sure what to make, but I think seeing people meet up with friends who also want to do the same thing as you is really empowering. It makes you want to make your own stuff. It makes you want to share it because they're interested in the same stuff. Yeah, I do, actually. People don't appreciate the small bits anymore, do they?
But it absolutely wasn't all roses.
Throughout the 14 days, there were some really obvious things that I was missing. I went to the shop several times and pulled for my phone for the loyalty cards that weren't there. People asked when I was available, and my wife and I share an Apple calendar, which I obviously couldn't see. And for 14 days I had no access to my online banking unless I used the computer or came into the office to pick up my phone. None of that is ideal.
and I began to find things more and more frustrating the longer the experiment went on.
There's a footpath, one over there, and one that goes this way. I know that one. I've ridden down it. This bridleway actually, that one. But I have ridden down it on my bike. I've walked it before. In fact, that's where I filmed a few years ago, filmed the sunrise coffee video. This way though, I don't know where this goes. I haven't got a clue. As you can probably tell, it's pretty grey. So I don't know, I've got no idea where it goes. And frankly, I don't want to experiment, get 6 miles down there and then end up not knowing where I am. So I think I'm just going to go the same one again. I know it says on the sign where it goes, but these footpaths here all crisscross and link back to another. That would all be fine if I could have OS maps in my pocket on my smartphone like I normally do. I haven't brought the paper one, which is on me, that's my fault, but yeah, I don't know. Some of the tools on my phone are actually quite useful, and I don't know if I'm ready to go back to a smartphone.
Ultimately, I think in my hunt for experiences, I discovered that what I actually crave is balance. Maybe I'd been searching for experiences to counter all the apps and time spent on my phone, which had thrown off the balance to begin with. Adding vinyl, film photography, phone calls instead of texts, and being more present had shown me the opposite side of the scales. But by removing tools like maps, WhatsApp, or online banking, I'd ended up tilting the scales past balance the opposite way to what I was used to. And so if you've got this far in the video, you're probably wondering, am I going back? And the answer is yes. I'm going to pick up the iPhone again, and I'm going to leave the Dumphone behind, but not without a few caveats. Overall, I think the world is set up now for people to be carrying smartphones most of the time. I don't want to miss out on messages from my friends. I don't want to miss out on work through Instagram, and not having access to my online banking has been a pretty big deal for 14 days. So I am going to go back to using a smartphone, but I think I'm just going to use it more carefully.
This is a really interesting time for my little YouTube channel because we've got loads of time to make stuff and I don't really know what I want to make. So thanks for joining me whilst I find my voice, as I figure out what stories I'm going to tell. Your subscriptions and likes and comments are all super appreciated, and I'm looking forward to seeing you more through 2026.
Yeah.